Sicinus. I do demand, if you submit you to the people's voices, allow their officers and are content to suffer lawful censure for such faults as shall be proved upon you. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. I am content. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Lo, citizens, he says he is content. The warlike service he has done consider, think upon the wounds his body bears, which show like graves ith holy churchyard. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Scratches with briars, scars to move laughter only. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Consider further that when he speaks not like a citizen, you find him like a soldier. Do not take his rougher accents for malicious sounds, but as I say, such as become a soldier, rather than envy you. Chapter 100, Arminius. Well, no more. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. What is the matter? That being passed for consul with full voice, I am so dishonoured that the very hour you take it off again. Sicinus. Answer to us. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Say then, 'tis true I ought so. Sicinus. We charge you that you have contrived to take from Rome all seasoned office and to wind yourself into a power tyrannical, for which you are a traitor to the people. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. How traitor? Chapter 1000, Enenius. Nay, temperately your promise. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. The fires ith lowest hell fold in the people. Call me their traitor, thou injurious tribune. Within thine eyes sat 20,000 deaths. In thy hands clutched as many millions. In thy lying tongue both numbers, I would say. Thou least unto thee with a voice as free as I do pray the gods. Sicinus. Mark you this people, all plebeians, to rock with him. Sicinus. Peace. We need not put new matter to his charge. What you have seen him do and heard him speak, beating your officers, cursing yourselves, opposing laws with strokes, and here defying those whose great power must try him, even this, so criminal and in such capital kind, deserves extremist death. Brutus. But since he hath served well for Rome. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. What do you prate of service? Brutus. I talk of that know it. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Use. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Is this the promise that you made your mother? Chapter 100, Arminius. No, I pray you. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Chapter 100 no further. Let them pronounce the steep Tarpeian death. Vagabond exile, flaying, pent to linger. But with a grain a day I would not buy their mercy at the price of one fair word, nor check my courage for what they can give. To haved with saying good morrow. Sicinus. For that he has, as much as in him lies from time to time, envied against the people, seeking means to pluck away their power, as now at last given hostile strokes, and that not in the presence of dreaded justice, but on the ministers that do distribute it, in the name of people, and in the power of us the tribunes, we, even from this instant, banish him our city. in peril of precipitation, from off the rock Tarpeian nevermore, to enter our Rome gates, ith people's name. I say it shall be so. All plebeians, it shall be so, it shall be so, let him away. He's banished and it shall be so. Chapter 100, Arminius. Hear me, my masters and my common friends. Sicinus. He's sentenced, no more hearing. Chapter 100, Arminius. Let me speak. I have been consul and can show for Rome. Her enemies' marks upon me, I do love. My country's good with a respect more tender, more holy and profound than mine own life. My dear wife's estimate, her womb's increase, and treasure of my loins, then if I would speak that. Sicinus. We know your drift, speak what? Brutus. There's no more to be said, but he is banished as enemy to the people and his country. It shall be so. All plebeians. It shall be so, it shall be so. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. You common cry of curs, whose breath I hate, as reek rotten fens whose loves I prize, as the dead carcasses of unburied men that do corrupt my air, I banish you, and here remain with your uncertainty. Let every feeble rumour shake your hearts. Your enemies, with nodding of their plumes, fan you into despair, have the power still to banish your defenders till at length your ignorance, which finds not till it feels, making but reservation of yourselves, still your own foes deliver you, as most abated captives to some nation, that won you without blows, despising. For you the city, thus I turn my back. There is a world elsewhere. Exeunt Coriolanus Cominius with other senators. Edile. The people's enemy is gone, is gone. All plebeians. Our enemy is banished, he is gone, hoo. They all shout and throw up their caps. Sicinus. Go see him out at gates and follow him, as he hath followed you with all despite. Give him deserved vexation, let a guard attend us through the city. All plebeians. Come, come, let's see him out at gates, come. The guards preserve our noble tribunes, come. Act 4. Scene 1, Rome, before a gate of the city. Enter Coriolanus, Volumnia, Virgilia, Menenius, Cominius with the young nobility of Rome. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Come, leave your tears, a brief farewell, the beast with many heads butts me away, nay, mother. Where is your ancient courage? You were used to say extremities was the trier of spirits, that common chances common men could bear, that when the sea was calm, all boats alike showed mastership in floating, fortune's blows, when most struck home, being gentle wounded craves. A noble cunning, you were used to load me with precepts that would make invincible the heart that conned them. Chapter 6, Argilia. O heavens, O heavens. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Nay, I prithee, woman. Chapter 5, Alumnia. Now the red pestilence strike all trades in Rome, and occupations perish. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. What? I shall be loved when I am lacked, nay, mother. Resume that spirit when you were wont to say, if you had been the wife of Hercules, 6 of his labours you 500 have done and saved. Your husband so much sweat, Cominius. Droop not, adieu, farewell my wife, my mother. Chapter 1, 100 Do well yet, thou old and true Menenius. Thy tears are salter than a younger man's, and venomous to thine eyes, my sometime general. I have seen thee stern, and thou hast oft beheld heart-hardening spectacles. Tell these sad women 'tis fond to wail inevitable strokes, as 'tis to laugh at 'em. My mother, you wot well, my hazards still have been your solace, and believe it not lightly, though I go alone, like to a lonely dragon that his fen makes feared and talked of more than seen. Your son will or exceed the common or be caught with cautelous baits and practice. Chapter 5 Alumnia. My first son, whither wilt thou go? Take good Cominius with thee a while, determine on some course, more than a wild exposture to each chance that starts way before thee. Chapter 6 Argilia. O the gods. Chapter 100 Arminius. Chapter 100 Follow thee a month devise with thee, where thou shalt rest that thou mayst hear of us, and we of thee. So if the time thrust forth a cause for thy repeal, we shall not send o'er the vast world to seek a single man, and lose advantage which doth ever cool. Chapter 1 Absence of the Needer. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Fare ye well. Thou hast years upon thee, and thou art too full of the war's surfeits to go rove with one that's yet unbruised. Bring me but out at gate. Come, my sweet wife, my dearest mother, and my friends of noble touch, when I am forth, bid me farewell and smile. I pray you come. While I remain above the ground, you shall hear from me still, and never of me aught but what is like me formerly. Chapter 1000 Enenius. That's worthily as any ear can hear. Come, let's not weep. If I could shake off but 7 years from these old arms and legs, by the good gods. Chapter 500 With thee every foot. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Give me thy hand. Come. Scene 2 Rome, a street near the gate. Enter 2 tribunes, Sicinius, Brutus with the aedile. Sicinus. Bid them all home, he's gone and we 100 no further. The nobility are vexed, whom we see have sided in his behalf. Brutus. Now we have shown our power, let us seem humbler after it is done than when it was a-doing. Sicinus. Bid them home. Say their great enemy is gone, and they stand in their ancient strength. Brutus. Dismiss them home. Here comes his mother. Enter Volumnia, Virgilia and Menenius. Sicinus. Let's not meet her. Brutus. Why? Sicinus. They say she's mad. Brutus. They have ta'en note of us, keep on your way. Chapter 5 Alumnia. Oh, you're well met, the hoarded plague, oth gods. Requite your love. Chapter 1000 Enenius. Peace, peace, be not so loud. Chapter 5 Alumnia. If that I could for weeping, you should hear. Nay, and you shall hear some, will you be gone? Chapter 6 Argilia. You shall stay too, I would I had the power to say so to my husband. Sicinus. Are you mankind? Chapter 5 Alumnia. I fool, is that a shame? Note but this fool was not a man, my father. Hadst thou foxship to banish him that struck more blows for Rome than thou hast spoken words. Sicinus. O blessed heavens! Chapter 5 Alumnia. More noble blows than ever thou wise words. And for Rome's good, I tell thee what yet go. Nay, but thou shalt stay too. I would my son were in Arabia and thy tribe before him, his good sword in his hand. Sicinus. What then? Chapter 6 Argilia. What then? He 500 make an end of thy posterity. Chapter 5 Alumnia. Bastards and all. Good man, the wounds that he does bear for Rome. Chapter 1000 Enenius. Come, come, peace. Sicinus. I would he had continued to his country, as he began, and not unknit himself. The noble knot he made. Brutus. I would he had. Chapter 5 Alumnia. I would he had, 'twas you incensed the rabble. Cats that can judge as fitly of his worth as I can of those mysteries which heaven will not have earth to know. Brutus. Pray let's go. Chapter 5 Alumnia. Now pray, sir, get you gone. You have done a brave deed. Ere you go, hear this. As far as doth the capital exceed the meanest house in Rome, so far, my son, this lady's husband, hear this, do you see, whom you have banished, does exceed you all. Brutus. Well, well, we 100 leave you. Sicinus. Why stay we to be baited with one that wants her wits? Exeunt tribunes. Chapter 5 Alumnia. Take my prayers with you. I would the gods had nothing else to do but to confirm my curses, could I meet 'em. But once a day it would unclog my heart of what lies heavy taught. Chapter 1000 Enenius. You have told them home, and by my troth you have cause, you 100 sup with me. Chapter 5 Alumnia. Angers my meat, I sup upon myself, and so shall starve with feeding. Come, let's go. Leave this faint puling, and lament as I do. In anger Juno-like, come, come, come. Chapter 1000 Enenius. Phi. Scene 3 A highway between Rome and Antium. Enter a Roman and a valse. Romans. I know you well, sir, and you know me. Your name I think is Adrian. Chapter 5 Ulse. It is so, sir, truly I have forgot you. Romans. I am a Roman, and my services are as you are against 'em. Know you me yet? Chapter 5 Ulse. Nicanor, no. Romans. The same, sir. Chapter 5 Ulse. You had more beard when I last saw you, but your favour is well approved by your tongue. What's the news in Rome? I have a note from the Volscian state to find you out there. You have well saved me a day's journey. Romans. There hath been in Rome strange insurrections, the people against the senators, patricians, and nobles. Chapter 5 Ulse. Hath been, is it ended then? Our state thinks not so. They are in a most warlike preparation, and hope to come upon them in the heat of their division. Romans. The main blaze of it is past, but a small thing would make it flame again, for the nobles receive so to heart the banishment of that worthy Coriolanus that they are in a ripe aptness to take all power from the people, and to pluck from them their tribunes for ever. This lies glowing, I can tell you, and is almost mature for the violent breaking out. Chapter 5 Ulse. Coriolanus banished. Romans. Banished, sir. Chapter 5 Ulse. You will be welcome with this intelligence, Nicanor. Romans. The day serves well for them now. I have heard it said the fittest time to corrupt a man's wife is when she's fallen out with her husband. Your noble Tullus Aufidius will appear well in these wars. his great opposer Coriolanus being now in no request of his country. Chapter 5 Ulse. He cannot choose. I am most fortunate thus accidentally to encounter you. You have ended my business, and I will merrily accompany you home. Romans. I shall between this and supper tell you most strange things from Rome, all tending to the good of their adversaries. Have you an army ready, say you? Chapter 5 Ulse. A most royal one. The centurions and their charges, distinctly billeted, already in entertainment, and to be on foot at an hour's warning. Romans. I am joyful to hear of their readiness, and am the man, I think, that shall set them in present action. So, sir, heartily well met and most glad of your company. Chapter 5 Ulse. You take my part from me, sir. I have the most cause to be glad of yours. Romans. Well, let us go together. Scene 4 Antium, before Aufidius's house. Enter Coriolanus in mean apparel, disguised and muffled. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. A goodly city is this Antium, city. 'Tis I that made thy widows, many an heir. Of these fair edifices for my wars. Have I heard groan and drop, then know me not. Lest that thy wives with spits and boys with stones in puny battle slay me. Enter a citizen. Save you, sir. Chapter 101 Tyson. And you. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Direct me if it be your will. Where great Aufidius lies, is he in Antium? Chapter 101 Tyson. He is and feasts the nobles of the state. At his house this night. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Which is his house, beseech you? Chapter 101 Tyson. This here before you. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Thank you, sir, farewell. O world, thy slippery turns, friends now fast sworn, whose double bosoms seems to wear one heart, whose hours, whose bed, whose meal and exercise are still together, who twin as tweer in love, unseparable shall within this hour on a dissension of a doit break out, to bitterest enmity, so fellest foes, whose passions and whose plots have broke their sleep, to take the one the other by some chance, some trick not worth an egg, shall grow dear friends, and interjoin their issues, so with me. My birthplace hate I and my love Esopon. This enemy town, I 100 enter if he slay me. He does fair justice, if he give me way. Chapter 100 do his country service. Scene 5 Antium, a hall in Aufidius's house. Music plays, enter a servingman. First servingman. Wine, 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 what service is here? I think our fellows are asleep. Enter another servingman. Second servingman. Where is Cotus? My master calls for him, Cotus. Enter Coriolanus. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. A goodly house, the feast smells well, but I appear not like a guest. Enter the first servingman. First servingman. What would you have, friend? Whence are you? Here's no place for you, pray go to the door. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. I have deserved no better entertainment in being Coriolanus. Enter second servingman. Second servingman. Whence are you, sir? Has the porter his eyes in his head that he gives entrance to such companions? Pray get you out. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Away. Second servingman. Away, get you away. Chapter 100 Coriolanus. Now art troublesome. Second servingman. Are you so brave? I have you talked with anon. Enter third servingman, the first entering meets him. Third servingman. What fellow's this? First servingman. A strange one as ever I looked on, I cannot get him out o.th house, prithee call my master to him. Third servingman. What have you to do here, fellow? Pray you avoid the house. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Let me but stand, I will not hurt your hearth. Third servingman. What are you? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. A gentleman. Third servingman. A marvellous poor one. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. True, so I am. Third servingman. Pray you, poor gentleman, take up some other station, here's no place for you, pray you avoid, come. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Follow your function, go and bat on cold bits. Pushes him away from him. Third servingman. What you will not, prithee tell my master what a strange guest he has here. Second servingman. And I shall. Third servingman. Where dwells he thou? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Under the canopy. Third servingman. Under the canopy. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. I. Third servingman. Where is that? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Chapter 1, City of Kites and Crows. Third servingman. Chapter 1, City of Kites and Crows. What an ass it is, then thou dwellst with daws too. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. No, I serve not thy master. Third servingman. How, sir, do you meddle with my master? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Tis an honester service than to meddle with thy mistress. Thou pratsty and pratsty, serve with thy trencher hence. Exit third servingman. Enter Aufidius with the second servingman. Aufidius. Where is this fellow? Second servingman. Here, sir, I 500 have beaten him like a dog, but for disturbing the lords within. Aufidius. Whence camest thou, what wouldst thou? Thy name, why speakst not? Speak, man, what's thy name? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Removing his muffler, if Tullus. Not yet thou knowst me, and seeing me dost not. Think me for the man I am, necessity. Commands me name myself. Aufidius. What is thy name? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. A name unmusical to the Volscians' ears, and harsh in sound to thine. Aufidius. Say, what's thy name? Thou has a grim appearance, and thy face bears a command int, though thy tackle's torn. Thou show'st a noble vessel, what's thy name? Chapter 100, Coriolanus. Prepare thy brow to frown, know'st thou me yet? Aufidius. I know thee not, thy name. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. My name is Caius Martius, who hath done to thee particularly and to all the valses great hurt and mischief, thereto witness may my surname Coriolanus, the painful service, the extreme dangers and the drops of blood shed for my thankless country are requited, but with that surname a good memory, and witness of the malice and displeasure which thou shouldst bear me, only that name remains. The cruelty and envy of the people, permitted by our dastard nobles, who have all forsook me, hath devoured the rest, and suffered me by voice of slaves to be whooped out of Rome. Now this extremity hath brought me to thy hearth, not out of hope. Mistake me not to save my life, for if I had feared death of all the men world, I would have voided thee but in mere spite, to be full quit of those my banishers, Stand I before thee here, then if thou hast a heart of wreak in thee that wilt revenge thine own particular wrongs and stop those maims of shame seen through thy country, speed thee straight, and make my misery serve thy turn, so use it, that my revengeful services may prove as benefits to thee, for I will fight against my cankered country with the spleen of all the under fiends, but if so be thou darst not this and that to prove more fortunes, thou art tired, then in a word I also am longer to live most weary and present my throat to thee and to thy ancient malice, which not to cut would show thee but a fool, since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tons of blood out of thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame unless it be to do thee service. Aufidus. O Martius, Martius, each word thou hast spoke hath weeded from my heart a root of ancient envy. If Jupiter should from yond cloud speak divine things, and say 'tis true, I 500 not believe them more than thee, all-noble Martius. Let me twine mine arms about that body whereagainst my grained ash 100 times hath broke, and scarred the moon with splinters. Here I clip the anvil of my sword, and do contest as hotly and as nobly with thy love as ever in ambitious strength I 999 contend against thy valor. Know thou first, I loved the maid I married, never sighed truer breath, but that I see thee here, thou noble thing, more dances my rapt heart than when I first my wedded mistress saw bestride my threshold. Why, thou Mars, I tell thee, we have a power on foot, and I had purpose once more to hew thy target from thy brawn, or lose mine arm for't. Thou hast beat me out 12 several times, and I have nightly since dreamt of encounters twixt thyself and me. We have been down together in my sleep, unbuckling helms, fisting each other's throat, and waked half dead with nothing. Worthy Martius, had we no other quarrel else to Rome but that thou art thence banished, we would muster all from 12 to 70 and pouring war into the bowels of ungrateful Rome, like a bold flood o'erbear. To come, go in, and take our friendly senators by hands, who now are here taking their leaves of me, who am prepared against your territories, though not for Rome itself. Chapter 100, Coriolanus. You bless me, gods. Aufidus. Therefore, most absolute sir, if thou wilt have the leading of thine own revenges, take 1/2 of my commission and set down, as best thou art experienced, since thou know'st thy country's strength and weakness, thine own ways, whether to knock against the gates of Rome, or rudely visit them in parts remote, to fright them ere destroy. But come in, let me commend thee first to those that shall say yea to thy desires. 1,000 welcomes, and more a friend than e'er an enemy. Yet Martius, that was much your hand, most welcome. Exeunt Coriolanus and Aufidius. 2 of the serving-men come forward. First serving-man. Here's a strange alteration. Second serving-man. By my hand, I had thought to have strucken him with a cudgel, and yet my mind gave me his clothes made a false report of him. First serving-man. What an arm he has! He turned me about with his finger and his thumb as one would set up a top. Second serving-man. Nay, I knew by his face that there was something in him. He had, sir, a kind of face, methought, I cannot tell how to term it. First serving-man. He had so, looking as it were, would I were hanged, but I thought there was more in him than I could think. Second serving-man. So 999 I 100 be sworn, he is simply the rarest man ith world. First servingman. I think he is, but a greater soldier than he you wot one. Second servingman. Who my master? First servingman. Nay, it's no matter for that. Second servingman. Worth 6 on him. First servingman. Nay, not so neither, but I take him to be the greater soldier. Second servingman. Faith, look you, one cannot tell how to say that. For the defence of a town our general is excellent. First servingman. Aye, and for an assault too. Enter the third servingman. Third servingman. O slaves, I can tell you news, you rascals. First and second servingman. What, let's partake. Third servingman. I would not be a Roman of all nations, I had as lief be a condemned man. First and second servingman. Wherefore? Third servingman. Why, here's he that was wont to thwack our general, Caius Martius. First servingman. Why do you say, thwack our general? Third servingman. I do not say, thwack our general, but he was always good enough for him. Second servingman. Come, we are fellows and friends, he was ever too hard for him, I have heard him say so himself. First servingman. He was too hard for him directly, to say the troth on't before Coriols, he scotched him and notched him like a carbonado. Second servingman. And he had been cannibally given, he might have boiled and eat him too. First servingman. But more of thy news. Third servingman. Why, he is so made on here within as if he were son and heir to Mars, set at upper end o' th table, no question asked him by any of the senators, but they stand bold before him. Our general himself makes a mistress of him, sanctifies himself with's hand, and turns up the white oth eye to his discourse. But the bottom of the news is, our general is cut ith middle, and but one half of what he was yesterday, for the other has half, by the entreaty and grant of the whole table. He 100 go, he says, and sole the porter of Rome gates by th ears. He will mow all down before him and leave his passage polled. Second servingman. And he's as like to dot as any man I can imagine. Third servingman. Dot, he will dot. For look you, sir, he has as many friends as enemies, which friends, sir, as it were, durst not, look you, sir, show themselves, as we term it, his friends whilst he's in directitude. First servingman. Directitude, what's that? Third servingman. But when they shall see, sir, his crest up again, and the man in blood, they will out of their burrows like conies after rain, and revel all with him. First servingman. But when goes this forward? Third servingman. Tomorrow, today, presently, you shall have the drum struck up this afternoon, tease as it were parcel of their feast, and to be executed ere they wipe their lips. Second servingman. Why then we shall have a stirring world again. This piece is nothing but to rust iron, increase tailors, and breed ballad makers. First servingman. Let me have war, say I, it exceeds peace as far as day does night. It's sprightly walking, audible and full of vent. Peace is a very apoplexy, lethargy, mulled, deaf, sleepy, insensible, a getter of more bastard children than war's a destroyer of men. Second servingman. 'Tis so, and as war in some sort may be said to be a ravisher, so it cannot be denied but peace is a great maker of cuckolds. First servingman. Aye, and it makes men hate one another. Third servingman. Reason, because they then less need one another. The war's for my money. I hope to see Romans as cheap as Volscians. They are rising. Old. Ind. Scene 6, Rome, a public place. Enter the two tribunes, Sicinius and Brutus. Sicinus. We hear not of him, neither need we fear him. His remedies are tame, the present peace, and quietness of the people which before We're in wild hurry, here do we make his friends. Blush that the world goes well, who rather had, though they themselves 999 suffer bite, behold, dissentious numbers pestering streets than see. Our tradesmen singing in their shops and going about their functions friendly. Brutus. We stood taut in good time. Enter Menenius. Is this Menenius? Sicinus. Tease he, oh he is grown most kind. Of late, hail sir. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Hail to you both. Sicinus. Your Coriolanus is not much missed, but with his friends, the commonwealth doth stand, and so would do were he more angry at it. Chapter 1000, Enenius. All's well and might have been much better if he could have temporized. Sicinus. Where is he, hear you? Chapter 1000, Enenius. Nay, I hear nothing. His mother and his wife hear nothing from him. Enter 3 or 4 citizens. All citizens. The gods preserve you both. Sicinus. Good e'en our neighbours. Brutus. Good e'en to you all, good e'en to you all. First citizen. Ourselves, our wives and children on our knees, are bound to pray for you both. Sicinus. Live and thrive. Brutus. Farewell, kind neighbours, we wished Coriolanus had loved you as we did. Chapter 101, Tisans. Now the gods keep you. Both tribunes. Farewells, farewell. Exeunt citizens. Sicinus. This is a happier and more comely time than when these fellows ran about the streets, crying confusion. Brutus. Caius Marcius was a worthy officer, ith war, but insolent, o'ercome with pride, ambitious, past all thinking, self-loving. Sicinus. And affecting one sole throne without assistance. Chapter 1000, Enenius. I think not so. Sicinus. We should by this to all our lamentation, if he had gone forth consul, found it so. Brutus. The gods have well prevented it, and Rome sits safe and still without him. Enter an aedile. Aediles. Worthy tribunes. There is a slave whom we have put in prison. Reports the valses with 2 several powers are entered in the Roman territories, and with the deepest malice of the war destroy what lies before 'em. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Tease off Phidias, who, hearing of our Marcius' banishment, thrusts forth his horns again into the world, which were inchelled when Marcius stood for Rome, and durst not once peep out. Sicinus. Come, what talk you of Marcius? Brutus. Go see this rumour whipped, it cannot be. The valses dare break with us. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Cannot be. We have record that very well it can, and 3 examples of the like hath been within my age, but reason with the fellow before you punish him where he heard this, lest you shall chance to whip your information, and beat the messenger who bids beware of what is to be dreaded. Sicinus. Tell not me. I know this cannot be. Brutus. Not possible. Enter a messenger. Chapter 1000, Essenger. The nobles in great earnestness are going. All to the Senate House, some news is coming. That turns their countenances. Sicinus. Tease this slave. Go whip him for the people's eyes, his raising. Nothing but his report. Chapter 1000, Essenger. Yes, worthy sir. The slave's report is seconded and more fearful is delivered. Sicinus. What more fearful? Chapter 1000, Essenger. It is spoke freely out of many mouths. How probable I do not know, that Martius, joined with Aufidius, leads a power 'gainst Rome, and vows revenge as spacious as between the youngst and oldest thing. Sicinus. This is most likely. Brutus. Raised only that the weaker sort may wish. Good Martius home again. Sicinus. The very trick on tea. Chapter 1000, Enenius. This is unlikely. He and Aufidius can no more atone than violence de contrariety. Enter a second messenger. Second messenger. You are sent for to the Senate. A fearful army, led by Caius Martius, associated with Aufidius, rages upon our territories and have already all borne their way, consumed with fire, and took what lay before them. Enter Cominius. Chapter 100, Arminius. Oh, you have made good work. Chapter 1000, Enenius. What news, what news? Chapter 100, Arminius. You have holp to ravish your own daughters and to melt the city leads upon your pates, to see your wives dishonoured to your noses. Chapter 1000, Enenius. What's the news, what's the news? Chapter 100, Arminius. Your temples burned in their cement, and your franchises whereon you stood confined into an augur's bore. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Pray now your news. You have made fair work, I fear me, pray your news. If Martius should be joined with Volscians. Chapter 100, Arminius. If he is their god, he leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature, that shapes man better, and they follow him against us brats with no less confidence than boys pursuing summer butterflies or butchers killing flies. Chapter 1000, Enenius. You have made good work. You and your apron men, you that stood so much upon the voice of occupation and the breath of garlic eaters. Chapter 100, Arminius. He 100 shake your Rome about your ears. Chapter 1000, Enenius. As Hercules 999 shake down mellow fruit. You have made fair work. Brutus. But is this true, sir? Chapter 100, Arminius. I and you 100 look pale. Before you find it other, all the regions do smilingly revolt, and who resists are marked for valiant ignorance, and perish constant fools, who ist can blame him. Your enemies and his find something in him. Chapter 1000, Enenius. We are all undone unless the noble man have mercy. Chapter 100, Arminius. Who shall ask it? The tribunes cannot dart for shame, the people deserve such pity of him as the wolf does of the shepherds, for his best friends if they should say be good to Rome, they charged him even as those should do that had deserved his hate, and therein showed like enemies. Chapter 1000, Enenius. 'Tis true. If you were putting to my house the brand that should consume it, I have not the face to say beseech you cease. You have made fair hands. You and your crafts you have crafted fair. Chapter 100, Arminius. You have brought a trembling upon Rome such as was never incapable of help. Tribunes, say not we brought it. Chapter 1000, Enenius. How was it we loved him but like beasts, and cowardly nobles gave way unto your clusters, who 999 hoot him out city. Chapter 100, Arminius. But I fear they 100 roar him in again. Tullus Aufidius, the second name of men, obeys his points, as if he were his officer. Desperation is all the policy, strength and defence that Rome can make against them. Enter a troop of citizens. Chapter 1000, Enenius. Here comes the clusters, and is Aufidius with him. You are they that made the air unwholesome when you cast your stinking, greasy caps in hooting at Coriolanus exile. Now he's coming, and not a hair upon a soldier's head which will not prove a whip. As many coxcombs as you threw caps up will he tumble down, and pay you for your voices. 'Tis no matter if he could burn us all into one coal. We have deserved it. All citizens, faith, we hear fearful news. First citizen, for mine own part, when I said banish him, I said 'twas pity. Second citizen, and so 999 I. Third citizen, and so 999 I, and to say the truth, so 999 very many of us, that we 999 for the best, and though we willingly consented to his banishment, yet it was against our will. Chapter 100, Arminius. You are goodly things, you voices. Chapter 1000, Enenius. You have made good work, you and your cry. Shells to the capital. Chapter 100, Arminius. Oh, I, what else? Exeunt Carminius and Menenius,